Welcome, everyone, and thank you for joining me today. For those of you that are new, my name is Tim. This is Freightmaster Resources, where we provide tips, tools, resources, a little bit of industry news to help you grow and be more successful as a freight broker, freight agent, or carrier. Okay. Before I get started with today's video, I do want to apologize to everybody. I have not done a video the last couple of days. The Freightmaster has been bombarded, okay? Between some of the new accounts that I've been working on, all of a sudden they all decide they want to onboard at once. I've had, I don't know, so many requests from you guys, and I love the outpouring of, the questions, the things like this. I've helped some of you, both brokers and carriers, some of you agents, help you get your first new customer, direct customer. I don't know, there's been multiple things. We've, double brokering and what to avoid, and, just really kind of diving deep, right? There's been some changes with the with some of the shippers that I've been talking to lately, more than I've been talking. I'm getting tongue-tied for a Tuesday, right? There has been more prospects, shippers, new customers that I have talked to recently than I have not, that are in the process, or they have just finished the process of purging their current brokers and direct carriers due to the rise in fraud. I kind of touched on this a little bit, I think, in one of the last videos that we did, but I thought I would discuss this today with the FMCSA looking to revamp the registration system. Some of this is immediate, and some are slated. Okay. So I guess without any further ado, I'll quit yammering on and we'll get right to it, right? That's why you guys are here. The FMCSA is overhauling its online registration system in an effort to fight fraud, improve efficiency, and boost transparency in the trucking industry. Okay. And we're going to break down those key points. Okay. First up, on combating fraud. The FMCSA, boy, I am really tongue-tied for a Tuesday. I've been on the phone, emails all morning. I don't know, more so it seems like today than most days by this time. The FMCSA has heard loud and clear from carriers, brokers, and insurance companies about the rampant fraud in our industry. Right? Big surprise. They're just now starting to pay attention after 2 years, right? I guess better late than never, but, to address this, their new system will incorporate several fraud-resistant features, including, there's 3 of them, verified identity, okay? There will be a PIN mailed to the applicant's address, and login.gov authentication will make it harder for unauthorized individuals to register. Okay. Number 2 is stronger verification processes. The agency is tightening contact center protocols by requiring a copy of the driver's license to match the company official on file when requesting account changes, right? For those of you, quick little sidebar on that, for those of you that remember, with all the phishing emails and stuff, you get an email from your load board, and you have to redo your password or whatever. So you go through, you type in your login, and it takes you to a website that looks just like your load board, but it is not. It is a copycat. For those of you that don't realize this, it's not overly difficult to copy a website. For anybody with some fairly basic coding skills, and that it can be done relatively easily. And so what it does is you type in your login credentials and it captures that, right? Then they can go in, to your actual account, and then there's this whole process where they steal your identity. They change the name and everything through the FMCSA, which, Captain Hindsight, that never should have happened in the first place, right? But whatever. They're from the government and they're here to help. Take that for whatever it's worth. And number 3 is identity proofing services. The FMCSA plans to partner with a vendor to add another layer of security. We don't know who that vendor is yet, or at least I don't. I guess when I have an update on that, I can update you further. Again, this is all fairly new, just was kind of announced in the last couple of days. So you might be asking, what are the benefits for the industry? I'm glad you asked. Okay. There's 4 benefits to the industry with this new registration system. The new system aims to streamline the registration process for legitimate carriers, right, by being more user-friendly and intuitive. Okay. Number 2 is real-time data validation and improved data quality will ensure accuracy and reduce processing times. Okay. Third is consolidation of forms will eliminate unnecessary paperwork burdens, right? If you're like me, I hate paperwork, absolutely hate paperwork. I would really rather talk to drivers all day and customers than do paperwork. I don't know. I love doing that. I would really rather help someone out who's been double brokered, right? Whether they're a broker or, a carrier, or help somebody get a new customer. Like that part of my job is like very exciting, or doing these videos for you guys, right? But paperwork is just I want to pull out what hair I have left. Okay. Number 4, by weeding out fraudulent registrations, the FMCSA hopes to create a fairer and safer operating environment for legitimate businesses. Okay. I'm hoping that with this improved security and validation that they will require a U.S. address and, where everything gets mailed to, right? Kind of as, because we've got all these entities operating in all these other countries overseas, and there's no consequences to them. They come in, they hurt people like you and me, and then they're poof, gone like a fart in the wind, and there's no consequences. They got their money, right? Scamming, our industry, and it needs to stop. And I think this is a good step toward that. I still think that there's more that needs to be done. It is not an end-all solution to fraud in our industry. We still need to be very vigilant about our vetting process, whether you're a carrier vetting a broker vetting a carrier. We need to do that. Use all of the tools that you have, right? I have like several different softwares that we use to validate, revalidate, make sure that information matches, like the whole 9 yards. It's a process. Each one is fairly quick, but it's still something that we do, right? To make sure that our legitimate carriers and our customers are properly taken care of. Okay. So moving on. We talked about paperwork. I'm just looking over my notes here. Okay. By weeding out fraudulent registrations, the FMCSA hopes to create a fair and safer operating environment for legitimate business. I guess I already said that. Which, by the way, guys, let me know your feedback on this. Okay. what are your thoughts on this? Is this a good thing to you? Do you think it's really not going to do anything and this is just some humbug from the government? Let me know. The FMCSA actively seeks public feedback. They held a virtual meeting in January, and another one is scheduled for May 29th. Okay. Public comments are being accepted through June 18th. The new system, named the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration registration system. So what would that make it? Like the FMCSA RS now? I don't know. Is expected to launch early next year, replacing the outdated unified registration system. Challenges and concerns. While everyone agrees on the need to fight fraud, some industry representatives worry that the new system might create hurdles for legitimate carriers trying to register. Okay. And I don't know to what extent that could be. Maybe just some initial bugs in this system, right? I'm hoping that that's all it would be and not truly preventing someone from getting registered. Ideally, a more comprehensive solution involving interconnected databases would be best to identify bad actors more effectively. However, such a system is complex and may take longer to implement, right? I don't know how much of that I buy because they put the Obamacare website in place virtually overnight, right? That's a very complicated system as well. It had bugs, but they did it. So I don't know. You ever feel like the redheaded stepchild? Well, we're it, right? As an industry, I always feel like we're kind of it. It's up to us to, have, all these software systems, and it's up to us to do all the legwork, which I'm not saying, I'm afraid of doing work. It's just when it can be stopped from the very beginning and they haven't done it and they've waited so long to do it. I don't know. Anywho, lawyers and paralegals who work with the registration process daily are already witnessing the stricter verification measures being implemented ahead of the official launch of the new system. The long-term impact on the industry remains to be seen, right? So I don't know if they're even so sure that this is, like I said, it's not going to be an end-all to end-all fraud prevention. But I mean, anything I guess that they do at this point to help weed out bad actors is, I guess, maybe at least some benefit to the industry. Overall, the FMCSA's new registration system represents a significant step toward a more secure and efficient trucking industry. Take that as you will. While some adjustments might be necessary during the initial phase, the potential benefits for all stakeholders are undeniable. We'll see. We'll see. So for those of you looking to get registered into the system, or maybe you've had an old MC and you decided to, I don't know. It's it'll be interesting to see how all of this plays out. I am really tongue-tied today, guys. I apologize. I don't know. Like I said, I've talked more today by, what is it? It's almost noon here, than I have, I think, in quite some time. But anywho, again, let me know your comments. What do you think? Is this going to be a good thing, a bad thing? Is it just fluff? Let me know what you think. Again, just as a reminder on the public input part of that, the next virtual meeting is scheduled for May 29th, and they will be taking public comments through June 18th. So if you have anything, your voice needs to be heard. Okay. I guess that's kind of my point of kind of bringing that part of it back up again. Use your voice. Okay. If you have any concerns about this new registration system, you have a voice. Okay, use it. I strongly urge you to use it. Rather than just, well, they're going to do what they want to do, and they very well may, but you know, like the government tends to always do anyway. They just do what they want to do. But anyway, guys, again, my recommended tools and services in the description down below for those of you that might need it. Again, these are things that I use, that I've been extremely happy with. You know, some of you have reached out to me after, you know, utilizing some of these tools and services and just like, Tim, awesome, you know. So check those out if you need, you know, anything, loads, factoring, if you're looking for vetting, if you're looking for shipper leads. And this is for you carriers too, right? Not just brokers, because I include everybody. Check those out. Some have discount codes, things like that. More information on those. If you have any questions on anything, if you need my help with anything, don't be afraid to email me, freightmasterresources@gmail.com. I've got a couple more people this week as of right now that I'm still kind of in the process of helping out. We had some follow-up email issues, so we're gonna, I'm kind of from last week, so I think we got that fixed, and we're kind of moving on with kind of finishing up those other ones. But if you need help getting your first customer, whether you're a carrier, a broker agent, you know, you're brand new, maybe you've been at it a month or two and you just like, Tim, I can't get a customer, reach out to me. Okay, I'll do my very best to help you out. If you want me to get you the customer, we can discuss that as well. If you've been a victim of double brokering, whether you're a broker or a carrier, I will do my very best to help you out in that aspect as well, because some of you that have reached out to me don't know, you know, maybe where to find the broker's surety bond or who the actual broker was, because we've had identity theft involved in some of these instances. And, you know, it's literally taken us days to get to the, you know, the beginning of who is who and this and that. And, you know, again, there's another reason why I really kind of wanted to do this video, because I really hope that this new registration system helps alleviate, to at least some extent, some of the bad actors that are in our industry, right? Because it's, I don't know, it's sad to see, and people get hurt and they can't afford this, you know, some of these hits that they take, you know, some of you carriers out there, and even you brokers, right? I talked to a broker last week that kind of got hit, and they're like, well, I already paid, you know. And, well, you know, so anyway, I hope everybody's having a great day. I hope you have a great week. I hope everybody's got a positive attitude and you're making the best of everything. And as always, be kind to one another. Bye-bye now.